We'll move on to another film which has very little here. I don't like many of the movies on this program this week. Last week we reviewed the Steven Spielberg, what I call the masterpiece, and Tom Cruise, in Minority Report. I think it's one of Spielberg's very best films, and here we go to what I think is Spielberg's worst film except for 1941, and that is War of the Worlds. The plot I won't bore you with. It is a rehash of the H.G. Wells classic. The radio program was more interesting. This is a movie which has talking about the last one at least had character development. This has nothing. This has absolutely nothing apart from special effects. It is a movie which, after maybe 10 minutes of establishing the names of the characters, who we don't really remember, quite frankly, because we say, hey, look, that's Tom Cruise. We don't remember what his name is. We only establish that he and his son don't get along because he wears a Yankees hat and his son wears a Boston Red Sox hat. There is nothing but special effects, which are impressive. There is great cinematography in the film. The acting is pretty good. There's an interlude with Tim Robbins, which feels like it's from a different movie, but he's very good in it. But it's all for nothing in the end, because why am I supposed to care about characters that don't matter and about a premise which has nothing? Talk about, at least it had a backstory for Untraceable. This has nothing. The aliens come, the aliens kill, the aliens die, movie over. Yeah. This is Spielberg's very worst film. I think I take back 1941. At least that had something with James Belushi. This is pathetic.
I would definitely agree. And there's that Roger Ebert quote from his review where he says, I mean, why do all these aliens want to kill us? You know,
they never explain it.
Why can't we have more movies like Steven Spielberg's own E.T. or Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
He has made the best science fiction films of the last 30 years, and this is so not one of them.
Exactly. But you see, I'd like to point out some specific things, like very, very specific, about the movie that I really didn't care for. And one is how they deal with the father-son relationship.
Sure.
Because what's the most interesting part of the movie is the fact that what do you do when aliens have taken over? And it starts to become that. And I was giving it that when they're driving around and they're trying to figure it all out, where are they gonna go? That is the most interesting part.
And the fact that he's not a very good father is interesting.
Exactly. But the way that they handle that is this pivotal scene. Okay, it's so like overly symbolic and ridiculous. They're the pivotal scene. They're on like this hill. Okay, up here there's all these explosions. There's all these tanks. They're fighting the aliens. Down here there's Dakota Fanning being pretty much taken away by this concerned couple who wanted to be safe. And Tom Cruise is right here, and his son wants to go up over the hill and fight the aliens. All right, this makes no sense. Okay, why would the son want to go up and fucking fight aliens? He can't go in a tank. How's he gonna fight an alien? How's he gonna fight an alien machine?
He's gonna have hand-to-hand combat.
And so basically,
hand-to-tentacle.
Tom Cruise has to choose between saving his daughter and saving his son from going to fight these aliens. The son should die. The son should walk up there and be vaporized immediately.
But
the son should die immediately. That's the only way that the movie could have been good.
You know, and you're absolutely right about that.
It makes absolutely no sense.
But on top of it all, the movie we keep bringing his name up, Spielberg. This is Steven Spielberg. He should know better, and he should know better than to pack his movie with movie cliches. Why do the aliens always have to come and want to kill us? They never want, in a movie like Contact, which is a movie about aliens to an extent, it's interesting, and it's an infinitely better movie because it's about the idea of that, and there's no fire and brimstone, and it deals with people's reactions and human characters, and it has to deal with that and not just explosions immediately. And then on top of it, another cliche, the way the aliens look.
Yeah.
When are we going to have an alien which is not a little green man or slimy and tentacles?
It was the alien from Independence Day. They were exactly the same. And another movie where aliens come and kill us.
And I mentioned Tim Robbins again. He's very good. He's always very good. But what is he doing here? Yeah. Why is that even a moment in which Dakota Fanning has to listen to her father commit murder? I found that to be really in poor taste.
I mean, the scene is really well done.
Of course it is.
but-
There's too much talent here for it to be a bad movie. This is just an epic failure on all of their parts.
Yeah.
I was dumbfounded. This is not a Steven Spielberg movie, as far as I'm concerned.
I agree as well. Just characters who make absolutely no psychological sense just to make a symbolic point. And I will not accept that in any way, shape, or form.
Well, we agree. We agree.
we agree
I
for
think this
once.
is the first time you're giving thumbs down on this
The
program.
first time we're giving thumbs down. I tend to forgive.
You give benefits of the doubt
Yeah, I give the benefit
far
of the
too
doubt.
often, but
Well,